It's a dark age we live in since 2020. Things have skyrocketed and have not gone down because of, well, corporate greed. Everything has been getting more unaffordable as time goes on, especially these recent years because, well, you know the answer. So, what do we do to calm ourselves down a bit? Marijuana video games! But guess what? Video games have also gotten expensive. Why are video games $70? Why does it take a kidney to afford anything? Why is Sony getting rid of physical discs? Hey, it's your bunny girl gamer here. I got a fucking bone to pick with PlayStation. I love collecting video games. Isn't autism amazing? But apparently, some fucking bully doesn't want you to own a goddamn thing. And that same creature wants you to go full digital gaming, with hard drives and solid-state drives becoming increasingly unaffordable to get. And we're also going to try shutting down the PS3 and PS Vita digital stores again. What luck! They've tried this already in the past, but with pushback they decided to say, okay guys, we won't shut it down. Yet. But I think it also had to do with people panic buying the fuck out of the store, and I mean, these guys think with your wallets more than anything. Well, they're doing it again, and yeah, I did see online that people are panic buying again. But I don't know if it'll convince them to back off this time. I don't even know if us shouting about the physical discs will, but we sure are going to try. Now, buying digitally isn't necessarily a bad thing. A lot of games I have are digital themselves, for Steam and PlayStation. For PC, well, it is what it is. Unfortunately, most PCs don't even give you a disk drive these days unless you put it in yourself. That being said, Steam offers incredible discounts in their sales for games, especially as they get older, so it's hard to really complain about that. Sometimes. GOG also exists too. Buying DRM-free games rock. Buying 90s to early 2000s games already patched at significantly low prices rock. For console, maybe digital is your only option. Maybe it's easier for you, and I understand all of that, it's very convenient. But when things like this start happening, and when this happened, it reminds us that maybe we don't actually own the things we buy digitally. Rather, we own a license, and that can be taken away at any time. But did you read the terms of service? Let me talk shit! Now, obviously, most delisted games haven't been taken off our library. Like, for example, I have the Game of Thrones Telltale game on both my Steam and PlayStation accounts. Lucky me, I know. But again, when PlayStation removes things where you can't download them ever again, how could we as consumers be sure that they won't do this with our purchases in general? Sure, if you missed out buying it before it gets delisted, you're just asked out. Steam is this way too, though it's usually left to the publisher. However, say Sony does go full digital like they say. Do you see the way they handle their prices? Last year, they changed up the market to where the price is different from account to account. And physical games secondhand are far cheaper to get compared to digital games. Sometimes, even when those digital games are on sale, PlayStation seethes at that. And they never used to be this way.
This is how you share your games on PS4. Thanks.
PlayStation.
These are things to think about while we witness Sony cutting physical discs out entirely. At the same time, Rockstar announces Grand Theft Auto 6 goes digital only. But this one sucks because they're straight up selling an empty box with a digital code. What is the matter with you? One of the things I love about collecting physical games is I get to stare at the box art anytime I want. I even have a couple favorites. They're all pieces of art. It's like walking into a museum. Rockstar is even known for having banger after banger box arts. But what I love more, I own the game in my hands. It has a disc inside. You put the disc in the console and it works. People have argued, what about disc rot? What do you mean? It's an old saying I like to use. Take care of your shit and they will last you a lifetime. If you put the discs back in their cases, they're gonna be fine. Most of my library are from my childhood and all have very clean discs, because I knew better than to touch the bottom of the discs with my bare hands, or, God forbid, face down on a table. I even avoided disc booklets, because technically, you are rubbing your discs on rough material. That's just me though. I'm not against anyone who does put their discs in these things, and they still work. But look, for the sake of pleasure, I want to display what I own. They belong on the shelf. Now, disc rot is a corporate lie, straight up. I have never experienced it. But if you put your games in such terrible conditions, maybe a moldy ass area, then yeah, maybe your game will end up looking like the sandwich underneath Ed's bed from Ed, Edd and Eddy. So my response to disc rot is simple. Skill issue. And before you even say, this is why I love Nintendo, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Nintendo is so guilty of this too. Nintendo has charged $80 for their new Switch 2 games, still charges a large amount of money for their older Switch games, completely got rid of Virtual Console in place of subscription-based emulation, and the elephant in this video, key cards for their physical games where the data isn't on the cart, even though there is plenty of space in them, as confirmed in some releases, such as Cyberpunk for the Switch 2.
Oh, I'm dying again!
Nintendo is not helping. People have argued, well, you're still downloading the game. And correction, majority of the games have the data on the disc. You're installing the game, and well, yes, you are downloading an update. Some games will get reprinted with the game fully updated even. In fact, if you go as far back as the PlayStation 2, hell, even PlayStation 1, all greatest hits releases are updated versions of their Black Label games. For a popular example, Silent Hill 2 released as a greatest hits title for PS2, which comes with more endings and the Born from a Wish Maria chapter. The only real downside you get from these reprints is their instruction manuals come in black and white, while Black Label prints have full color manuals. If you're curious, go through your PS2 games and see for yourself, and have fun, because I do this like every other day. Okay, now, if you're like me, you want to physically own your PS3 games, right? Well, here are some I recommend.
Terrorists win.
Family Guy: Back to the Multiverse is a third-person shooter with the most frustrating trophies I've ever had to deal with. It's a funny game because they actually sat down and wrote this game. The plot is exactly what you think. I mean, if you're a true fan, Family Guy fan 1997, you'll realize this game is based on a whole Family Guy episode where Brian and Stewie travel to different universes, struggling to get back to their own. Well, imagine that episode, but everyone is trying to kill Brian and Stewie. Now imagine that in a horde mode, a multiplayer mode, and a side mission where you need a second controller to properly complete. This game might be for you. And guess what? $70 for now. Get your slice of pie and a pot of coffee, and prepare for a small town where something is wrong with everyone.
This is a good biscuit.
Hood classic. Oh, and check out that price. It's time to go to hell and save my wife.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
Funny God of War game, but damn is it good. Check it out. I got a couple of collections to talk about, so like, I was going to bring up the Metal Gear Solid collection, but I really like the current Master Collection that I think you're just better off getting that. But if you really must... Originally, I'd say only get this for Peace Walker HD, but considering we're getting a Master Collection Volume 2, well, now we have Peace Walker HD HD. Isn't it amazing when you properly port your video games to all current platforms? But anyways, to continue, the PlayStation 3 is the worst way to experience the Tomb Raider collection. But if you must, each game has its own trophy list and platinum trophy, so that's pretty cool. I only have the platinum the anniversary, and I fight with my brain every day whether or not I want to do Legend next, because, well, I had a really tough time with the platinum the anniversary. I don't want to talk about Underworld. But hey, I'm proud of you if you like it, you go girl. Lucky for you, it's not too bad. for now, but there is definitely an essential collection to have for PS3, like God of War, of course. This is one of PlayStation's baby daddies, a hack and slash bloody mess. It's so good. These games run flawless on PS3, and many thanks to the beloved team Bluepoint. Ah, Bluepoint, you will be missed. Funny story, did you know Sony bought Bluepoint just to shut them down? Don't you just love capitalism? They've done a lot of backbreaking work for Sony, not just for God of War, but they're notorious for even the Metal Gear Solid collection I mentioned earlier. The Uncharted collection for PS4, Echo and Shadow of the Colossus twice, the big Demon Souls PS5 game, and oh my god, just excellent work back to back. But Sony, mean girl Sony, says, no, 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 where's our hero shooter live service game at? How unfortunate. Killer is Dead is a really cool hack and slash game from Suda51, who you probably know for his other games like No More Heroes and my personal favorite Killer 7.
There's always time for fun. It's Friday night. Let's dance.
Well, sure, if you want to cough up $60 and hope to God that there's a DLC code in there. It is on PC though, and goes on sale for super cheap, though I recommend patching it since it also wasn't ported very well to PC. What can you do, huh? I mean, you gotta do the same thing with Deadly Premonition, I guess, so. But you know what?
1 pound fishies and 5 pound fishies.
Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, Sly, oh my god. Solid PS3 collections with some goofy glitches, but absolutely essential to own for your PS3. I remember when Jak and Daxter got put on PS4 for the first time. Oh, ring the bells, hallelujah, they care about accessibility. And you know who got their grubby hands on doing physical releases for these games? Maybe there are other options.